One of the questions we all have when we begin to think about sharing our faith is, what exactly should I share with people? And sometimes the bigger question than what should I share is, what should I not share? Sometimes what not to share is more important to know than what to share. Let's use Paul as an example. All right? Paul had a very specific path by which he came to know Jesus. As a very young man, Paul set out on a smooth path that was well paved through the Jewish religion. And he began to excel at his religion, and he learned his religion well. And through his religion, he became excellent at performing everything that his religion required. Paul became a great performer who could execute the tenets of the Jewish faith very well. By God's miraculous design, it was through the religion of Judaism that Paul came to know Jesus, initially rejecting him, but eventually through this winding path finding his way to the gospel. The good news that all the things Paul was trying to accomplish through his own performance, Jesus had accomplished on the cross. And that the thing that Paul really needed was not performance, but rather faith or trust in Jesus, and that through this he would be set free and right with God. And when Paul finally found the gospel, he received it with great joy. However, when Paul would share his faith, he did not lead people on the path that he himself had walked. Instead, he bypassed that smooth, clear path toward religion and instead led people that curvy path to the gospel. And so when Paul would share his faith, he shared the good news that everything that they were trying to accomplish on their own, Jesus had already accomplished for them. That in fact, they were being set right with God already. And that by accepting what Jesus had done through faith, that they could be right with God, and they would be able to let him put their life back together. Rather than taking people to his religion, Paul instead told them the good news. When we share our faith, we do not share our religion, which of course is not Judaism, but rather is a churchy religion that involves churches and ceremony and performance and a healthy dose of guilt when you're not in church on Sunday and all of those sorts of things. What we share instead is the good news of the gospel, that this person's life can be set right with God right now through faith in Jesus Christ, and that things can start being put back together. So when we share our faith with our friends, we do not simply invite them to participate in a religion. We proclaim the gospel to them and let them receive it by faith.